Let's begin what's trending with reactions trailing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's first appearance at the National Executive Council meeting of the All Progressives Congress since his inauguration as president, where he had judged the election that brought him into power as the most credible ever in the history of Nigeria, stating that those who cannot accept the result of a free and fair election do not deserve the joy of victory.
Those who cannot accept the result of a free and fair election they do not deserve the joy of victory.
Well, obviously, we all know that this is a controversial statement. Let me take some comments. This is from Chibuzo, who wrote, Yaradua was so sincere that the election that brought him in was flawed, and he was respected for that. He didn't come to insult Nigerians by telling us, after all, the opposition won many states and also seats in the National Assembly. Well, another Twitter user there goes, none has been free and fair since 1999, but none has been closely watched and observed either, like the just concluded one. It wasn't business as usual. If it was, everyone would have moved on already, as it used to be. INEC should prove how Tinubu won, so we can move on. It's simple. I'm sure you guys have discussed this at length. The president, while speaking about the affairs of the party, which has produced the former governor of Kano State, Abdullahi Ganduje, as its party chairman, said the party has a responsibility to promote unity, stability, and love among members. He also acknowledged that although Nigeria is going through challenges, which he has sufficiently addressed in his broadcast, his administration is ready to re-engineer the country's economy, adding that policies that have been put in place are for the people and not to punish the people.
I brought before you the renewed hope to fulfill your dreams and the dreams of our founding fathers, to be sure that Nigeria remains the focal point of our foreign and domestic policy.
Renewed hope. A lot of people are still waiting for the renewed hope. But I mean, the controversial thing that I heard in that event was the nomination or the declaration or the announcement of Abdullahi Ganduje as its party, as the APC party chairman. Let me take Fisaya Shwombo's tweet, who wrote, from being filmed hastily stashing $230,000 under his Babariga in 2018, Abdullahi Ganduje has now emerged the national chairman of Nigeria's ruling party. Elsewhere, he would be rotting in jail today. But Nigeria being Nigeria, the reward for corruption is public office. This is a stern tweet, unfortunately, Rufai. That is the rhetoric on social media. A lot of people have talked about the fact that, you know, Ganduje, I mean, we all have talked about it. It could have been somebody else.
Yes, concerning the Ganduje, wait for the courts. The court has not found him guilty. Yes, there's a video evidence, but the court has not found him guilty.
Yes.
So it's incumbent on those that are going to charge him. If they're going to charge him, they should charge him. Secondly, as regards what President Tinubu said, yes, he will say his election was clean, was the best ever, and all of that. But there are also other opinions about the election. Most of the Western media in the first week after the election said the elections were flawed. I think the Financial Times reported Nigeria's flawed elections. And we can't deny the fact. The BBC also reported how some of the press was flawed. The BBC did an extensive report even about the Obiakpo results in Rivers. Also, EU reports also said a lot about our elections. So that's another point of view. And I get that tweet. That tweet was Umar Musa Aradua's reaction to his own election in 2007.
Yes. And
he said he believes the elections that brought him are flawed with irregularities. And he took decisions how we got the Ways panel report. That's a man of dignity. That's a man of strength. And give him his tribute. But President Bola Tinubu saying, my elections were clean and clear. The case is still in court.
Yeah, that's why it's in court.
And the court will decide.
Absolutely.
And whatever the court will decide, we'll take on that.
All right.
Supporting some of his policies, saying that, yeah, he wants his policies to, make things better for us. The truth is, the jury is also out on that. Another great example is the announcement he made, which he has finally come out to confirm that he didn't plan. In fact, his aides told him, do not announce subsidy removal yet, but he said it's gone himself. Also, his forex policy that you did not get something to defend the Naira before you decided on a managed float, which is a mixture of a fixed peg and a pure float.
Absolutely.
Which you need something to defend your currency because we are a highly dollarized economy.
Right.
So a lot of people have seen that and have said, you put out some policies, but did we also think it through? Did we also look at the repercussions? Because now it's biting hard on people and all of that.
You're absolutely right.
So there are many sides to the story.
Talking about policies, I mean, we have seen that even Labour is threatening another strike because this policy has been hard on Nigerians. But, you know, I mean, we're still waiting for the federal government to come out with their palliative.
What is important is for government to come up with sustainable policies that will address the hardship, what President TINUB calls childbirth pain. When women go to the maternity ward, they have childbirth pain. Within a month after, they have recovered. In fact, if you see some women, after 3 months, they are already on another journey to the maternity ward. But these are how it should not become a permanent childbirth pain. In Ogun State, we have seen the example of Governor Dapo Abiodun now introducing electric motorcycles.
Yes.
Well, that's eco-friendly. And in the light of this talk about, CNG and all of that, it's a good gesture on the part of the state government. This is the second time he's rolling out these palliatives. Earlier on, he had said he had introduced a number of measures, including paying hazard allowance to medical workers, taking care of gratuities, paying civil servants 10,000 naira for a period of 5 months, making peculiar allowance available and all. And this is the governor there, riding that bike. Thank God some people made it to the top. Some people will have been very good Okada riders because the way he was gripping that motorcycle with style. But the whole idea is about sustainability. And very briefly, to go back to the statement made by President TINUB at the neck of APC, saying the most credible election ever in the history of Nigeria. Well, he's not in a position to say that. That's political talk. The matter is now before the tribunal.
That's why it's in court.
It's before the court. The court will determine. Or if it was the most credible, why is the Labour Party in court? Why is PDP in court? And the legal rule is nemo judes in causa sua. He has to be reminded of that. Nemo judes in causa sua says no man should be a judge in his own case.
Well said, Dr. Abati.